There are, of course, two different types of Chapter 11. There is Chapter 11, the classical Chapter 11, and then there's the Subchapter V, Chapter 11 for small business debtors. There is currently a limit on debts for Subchapter 5 of 7.5 million, which once a particular statute ends will drop back down to a little bit less than 3 million, and that's for total debt, secured and unsecured. But other than that, there really aren't any financial or insolvency requirements for Chapter 11. However, and this is very important, when we file a Chapter 11 case, we're interested in what we refer to as an exit strategy. So what's the point of Chapter 11? Well, ultimately, you're trying to come up with a reorganization that is going to make the management of debt feasible. And one of the things you're going to propound in a Chapter 11 plan is a method of repaying creditors. In some cases, some creditors may be paid in full. In others, some creditors might be paid considerably less than what they're owed. Well, whatever the plan provides for, you have to have the revenues. You have to have the income to be able to support the plan. And if you don't have that income, there's no point in filing. So is this a financial requirement for filing Chapter 11? Technically, it's not statutorily required for filing the petition, but there's no point in filing if you don't have the financial resources to come up with a feasible plan. Now, what constitutes feasibility is a somewhat complicated question to answer. And it's because the Bankruptcy Code, most particularly in Section 1129A, has a list of a bunch of requirements that the plan has to satisfy in order for the court to confirm the plan. And embedded in those are certain requirements for paying creditors, one of which is that if you have debts to a taxing authority, those debts, if they are what are called priority tax debts, have to be paid 100%. That is in full over the life of the plan within 60 months of the day you file the bankruptcy petition. Now, this is important. It's not within 60 months of getting the plan confirmed by the court. It's within 60 months of filing the petition. So you might take a year to get that plan confirmed. That means you only have 4 more years to go to pay that tax, and the tax has to be paid in full. So as a result, you really want to make sure that you have enough in the way of revenues, or if there are assets to be liquidated to pay these obligations, that you do have the resources to be able to do it. Otherwise, there's no point in filing. So long-winded answer, the gist of it is, no, there aren't specific financial requirements other than in Subchapter 5, the debt ceiling. But the reality is you do have to meet certain requirements in order to make the case a reasonable, feasible case.